everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's sunny and 76 here in East Tennessee. It was not very sunny last night, though. It did, in fact, storm around these parts. But today it's looking beautiful. It's pretty warm. My husband, whom I love, whenever we leave the lake house, which is not our primary house, he cranks the AC. I don't want to say down because that makes it seem like it's whichever way he allows it to get hotter in this joint, okay? So he turns it up to like 76, meaning the air won't kick on unless it's like 76. So I walk in like a roast chicken. I'm like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. So I have to crank the AC back up so it can cool down. And I'm hot down here, Becca.
Me too.
I'm hot in the
And the
basement.
paper down here was kind of limp. You know what I mean?
We have limp paper down
We
here,
got to work on this.
But anyways, I also meant to do my hair this morning. That didn't end up happening. I was going to do it here. You just dry it, wash it, dry it. That didn't happen either. So you get me in a hat today. Sorry, not sorry. But we're going to make a super cute, super fun, super quick card today using an oak and lamb cut file. If you are brand new here, welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm an owner and craft educator here. The voice you hear is Miss Becca, and Miss Anna is upstairs, and we are all owners and craft educators here at Oak and Lamb. It's our job to make you guys more confident and well-rounded no matter what area of crafting you are passionate about. Today, we're busting out our Cricut. We have our Explorer 3 today. I have a fresh, brand new blade in clamp B, and our scoring stylus in clamp A. If you have a Maker 3, still don't know why they decided to skip Maker 2. I still feel weird about that. Anywho, you can use your scoring stylus, but today we're just going to use you use your scoring wheel in the Maker series machines, but we're using their stylus today. We have a mat, and we have some cardstock. I actually picked cardstock before I found the paper pack I was looking for. So we'll repick our colors with this paper pack, which I love. You'll only need 3 pieces for this, and that's pretty much it as far as what you have to have. That's pretty much it, aside from some dry adhesive, double-sided adhesive. But I'm wanting to take this up a notch. So if you don't have glitter paper, or maybe you don't have like the color glitter paper you want, we're going to be like making our own DIY glitter paper today, sharing you guys a really quick, simple little way to do that that's perfect for cards like this. So it's really going to kind of up the ante on this card and take it from like basic to really cool. So it's going to be for Mother's Day. So because we're going to be adding that glitter element, we do have glitters here today. We're only going to be picking one. And I think I'm going to go with black, honestly, to be a really deep contrast. But my first thought was a yellow, honestly. But I don't think the contrast is going to be enough because we need to be able, you'll see in Design Space, you'll need to be able to read this clearly. So I think black is going to provide a really nice contrast while still being glittery and cute. So along with that glitter, you're going to need some Loctite spray adhesive, some clear coat spray, so like a polyacrylic or something. And then I also am going to go in with some foam mounting tape. I have these from Dollar Tree that are like pre-cut in little squares, or you have the continuous strip. Whatever you want to do is totally fine. But this is going to be super simple. So Becca, whenever you're ready, we'll flop over to Design Space. Not hop, but flop.
Flop, of course.
We're going to flop over to Design Space. So this is what the card will look like, although again, I do think I've switched these colors around. Now let's deconstruct this card because it will be in 3 different pieces. So here is what we're working with. There's the actual card base here. This is going to be A4 size, which finished, or not finished, yeah, finished, it'll be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So our base for this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, okay? For an unfolded A2 size card. This is going to be the glitter panel, okay? But now, like I said, I think I want to make this black. So our glitter panel, we already sliced our cut file out of our card base. Our glitter panel is going to slide right in here. You see that? And then this is just the card, what do you call this? Like an insert? An insert.
Yep.
It just goes on the inside, makes everything look nice and clean and pretty. So this is what we're working with. So how did we get to this point? So I got a square. I think this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Yeah. So I unlocked the size ratio. Width 5.5. Height 8.5. Just like that. Now, I'll bring it down here. Now what you're going to do is either make it a lighter color or whatever color it's going to be. So let's just make this one pink just like before. Now what we're going to do is go back up to the shapes and grab a scoring line. Now I'm going to take this, and you see when you hover over this a little bit with your mouse that it has the arrow, the curved arrow. What you're going to do when you get your mouse to switch the curved arrow, you're going to click and hold the shift button on your keyboard. And now you can just take it and make it 5.5 inches, just like that. Now when you do that, it's going to be the exact length you need it, because of course this is the card base unfolded. So we need a score line in here to make sure that we can fold our card correctly. So now I want this right in the middle. So I'm going to go over and select my base and my score line, click Align and Align Center. Now before I attach this, I'm actually going to go through and slice out my design, but I wanted this to go ahead and be in the center so that I saw it. Because if I went in here and wanted to slice out my design after I had, oh, a yawn came over me. Excuse me. If I wanted to slice this after I had attached those two layers, it would not let me, because you can only slice 2 layers at a time. So what happens when my cut file slips under there? Well, I just like to go to Arrange and click Bring to Front. And this is what this super cute cut file looks like. Look, super mom, super wife, super tired. I thought this was super cute for Mother's Day. We have a ton of mom cut files, dad cut files, Father's Day's coming up, summer cut files, camping cut files, lake life cut files. Literally everything summer, we have it, along with a ton of cute flowers and 4th of July stuff. Becca went ham on 4th of July cut files because that's her favorite holiday. Any cut file you could want, we have at Oak and Lamb. We have over 1,000 digital cut files, all with a free commercial use license, meaning you could make this card, sell it completely legally, of course, to make you guys some money, which is amazing. We have so many perks of the membership. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about it. But because Mother's Day is coming up, we're throwing you guys a little coupon code 20 off, so 20OFF. At checkout, we'll get you 20 bucks off your first year with us, which is great. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this in right here and size this how I want it. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, I think, just like that. Now I need to weld it. Yeah, now place this where you want it. Now instead of centering it like we did before on the Align tool, we can go to Align and center it horizontally, and that will work just fine. So now I'm going to take this, drag both of my layers, so you can see up here on the layers panel, just the cut file and the square selected, not the score line. And then you can click Slice. Now that, we don't need it. That, we don't need it. So that's exactly what we need. And now, where'd our score line go? We're going to send this to the back, and out pops our score line. Now we can take all of these layers, and attach them. And that's exactly how we got our base right here. Now, how we got this was literally, let me go back. Literally, I just got a square. This is what I did. Got a square, just like this. Unlock that size ratio and stretched it out to almost cover this. Okay, you can see like that. That's literally all that I did. Now I also threw a score line up there and attached it just like you did on the larger side, just for the insert. So this is our insert. This is the card base. And then how we got the panel was I went in here to our shapes and got a rounded rectangle just like that. And I brought it in here, and I'll make this bigger so you guys can see. I brought it in here and went up to operation and made this a guide so that I could see, unlock my size ratio there. And here's what I want. So I want this to go, of course it's going to go behind this layer of our card, and the glitter is going to show through. But you don't want this to be edge to edge, okay? You don't want it to be like touching the edge, because we also have our insert. But you also, in the same breath, want to give enough room to be able to have adhesive all along the edge over here that's not going to be poking out of our design. So does that make sense to everybody? Let me know. I think it makes sense. So once you have it sized the way you want it, I switch it from a guide back to a basic cut and make it whatever color of glitter you're going to be using. You will thank me later if you decide to cut it out on white paper, but you're using black glitter, you're actually going to be able to see a lot of that white paper underneath. And it allows you to do one layer of glitter, which is our definite goal with this. So if we're cutting this out on black paper or close to it, like a gray or something like that, or it could even be like dark purple or something, it'll work out much better than doing like a very, like a really bold contrast color of glitter versus your paper, if that makes sense. So we have our card, our little glitter insert there, and then this is going to be the insert that like ties it all together. Also, we're just using basic cardstock, which means all of these layers are going to add really good weight to this. It's going to make it a little hardier, a little heftier, because, you know, cardstock in itself, just regular like 60-pound cardstock, is not very thick and sturdy, so this will help a lot. And that's it. So we have the Explore 3 selected. We're going to go ahead and click Make It. All of these are going to be cut out of the same material, so the same material setting, it's good to go. So we have our black layer, our insert, and then our outer layer. I'm going to click Continue. And I actually recommend you guys cutting this one out first anyways, because we're going to be doing some stuff and we do need it to dry for a minute or two at least. And we're going to connect via Bluetooth. I was going to plug it in, but I guess I won't. And I'm just going to click medium cardstock. I'm leaving that on default setting, or excuse me, default pressure, because we have a brand spanking new blade in this. So this one does not require any tool and clamp, a fine point blade, but when you go down here and you select your cardstock setting, what? Oh, where's my cardstock setting? Where are you? What's happening?
Is it not favorited?
I click this. Oh, maybe I unfavored it. Maybe I actually unfavorited it. Medium. There we go. Yeah, I did. My fault. When you click medium cardstock, it'll say load your scoring stylus into clamp A, yada yada. It'll say that for both of these. But we're going to use the same material setting. So we're using medium cardstock, and I'm going to click remember material setting, which means you don't have to reset the setting every time. Okay. That's it, Becca. We can go either on me or overhead. Both are going to be fine, whatever you want to do. So let's pick out our colors here. And I might switch them up even more than this. I wanted like kind of bright and happy colors. I think this pink is adorable for the base. And then for our green, I might actually do this blue or this green. This looks very springy and pretty. Let's do this. Okie dokie. First up is our black layer though, and leave it to me not to have black with me. So let me walk over here and search for some black or just dark. Now if you guys have glitter cardstock, that would of course be gorgeous on this. That would kind of cut out the middleman. Right here's one. This should work. Perfect. Okay. Let's load him up. Like that, and this is thicker than medium cardstock, so hopefully it cuts okay. I mean, it's a basic square, so I don't foresee any issues, but it is thicker. Let's see how she does. And again, that's going to be our glitter panel. Let me go over here and see what you guys are saying. Hi, guys. Hey, Rach, Becca, and Flock family. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Cut you out. And you can use a bone folder if you want to. Honestly, with super basic cards like this that just have one fold in it, I don't find myself using it as often. Also, I think this is white cord. It is, which means if you give it too much, if you know what I mean, you're going to see that white cord, and we don't want that. Okay. There's our panel. We're good with that. Let me switch over here and see which one's next. Okay, green's next, which we have substituted for this really pretty blue. She's pretty. Or I guess this is a mint green. Seafoam. Seafoamy. Come at me, guys. Whatever you want to say. Okay, now this is going to cut out for us, which is going to take 0.2 seconds. But I'm going to lay this down just like that and put my foam mounting tape on here. Now, I think this is just as wide. No, not if you do it like that. I think I'm going to use these.
Did we have those or did you buy those?
We had these from the Dollar Tree.
Oh.
And they're pre-cut. Sometimes I don't like them pre-cut like this, but other times they come in handy.
Yeah.
So.
It's a good thick roll.
They're just.
What are you doing, pal? It's, yeah, there you go.
But it's. Why is there tape all the way around it?
It is from the Dollar Tree.
You got me there, Becca. Seriously, this tape stops right here. That's ridiculous. And that's already done. So I'm just going to switch this over. And then this one's the one that's going to take a little while to cut, and the reason why I wanted to do a fresh, this is kind of pearly. How pretty.
I love pearlescent paper.
That's gorgeous. But it's got some pretty detailed letters and stuff, so I wanted a nice fresh blade to really cut well. And a good mat. Make sure if you have, I'm going to braid that. If you have paper and you're going to be doing paper, make sure your blade is nice and fresh and your mat's good and sticky. Those two things, you should have success. So, I'm going to take this and you're going to take off just the sticky bottom, okay? And you're going to place these around here. I don't know if this gives it enough room, honestly. I might have to half-seize these and then cut them off later. Because I think it's just too wide. Because if we place this panel underneath our card, I'm afraid that it will show, and I don't want it to show. Now, why am I not taking the other pieces off the top? Because we're going to spray this and glitter it and all that, and this way we'll just be able to remove that top piece and not have to worry about it. Hope this works. I probably should have waited till this was good and cut just to make sure it's going to work okay. But if all else fails, we'll try something different. Okay, let me get my scissors. Cut. Cut. I suppose I could have cut these before and then saved, you know, literally half of them, but yeah, it's from the Dollar Tree, guys. What do you expect? The Dollar Tree. Okay. That's cutting really good over there. Super proud of our Cricut. It's sad when I'm proud of an object. Okay. So this is going to be the front, believe it or not, because this is what we're going to pop onto our card. So what we're going to do is take our adhesive, or spray adhesive, just like that. Be sure to get it everywhere. Becca loves it. Get it everywhere. Now, let me get another piece of paper. I'm going to move this because that's got adhesive on it. And we're going to dump glitter on this bad boy. You can go overboard because we're just going to dump it back in. Okay. Now, reverse tweezers. Come on now. Oh, she's pretty. She's pretty. Okay. Now taco it, okay? We're just going to taco it up like this and dump it in. And it's literally like we used no glitter. Like, it's perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to bring her back in here. Everything's a he or a her, you know me. Bring this in. This is the clear gloss top coat it, just like that. Now, why did we do that? So that glitter doesn't fly everywhere. So that'll set that glitter, and then you won't have any problems. So now we're just gonna place that to the side. We might have to heat gun that, but let's unload our last layer. Pop the excess off. Do our favorite trickety trick, flipping it over, pulling it out. Perfect. Look how cute. I love it. I love it. And I picked this cut file because it also looked decent without the innards. Does that make sense? So whenever you're doing a card like this, you have to pay really close attention to the innards of the letters. So this one, you still know what it says, okay? You might not if you had a different type of card that had, you know, more letters or something like that, or like a ton of cursive, you might not understand what it says. But this one is super, super easy to make out. So I'm gonna set that to the side. And we've got a little bit of time for that to dry, so I'm gonna switch back over and see what you guys are saying. Boop. I'm gonna clean as I go because this place is immaculate and I would really hate to ruin it if you could only see it. I just told Becca, you know how some people like count sheep when they can't sleep? I said I couldn't sleep last night, so I just cleaned the studio in my head. Like, not physically. No. Just in my head. From an hour away. I cleaned the studio. That's what I did. So I'm just going to pop all these letters off, make this mat nice and clean for the next gal who's going to use it. Boop. Now we can fold up our pieces. I mean, it's super easy. Just fold. Yeah, I don't think I'd use a bone folder for something that has this white cord. Just it's a smidge sketch. Just use your finger. I'm going to fold this one what seems like backwards, but I'm actually folding it because I like the inside, the texture of the inside of this paper better. Guys, that score line, it's just a guide. It's just a guide. Okay. Let's see how you're going to look. Let's open this bad boy up. Slip this in here. Oh, I think it's going to look really good. Sweet. Okay. Okay. Let's see how she does. So, we're going to pick off the tops. These. Just like that. I get crap all over my hands, and that's okay. It's all part of the job, guys. All part of the job. If you had a bolder statement on yours, like just one word, like the big word mom, or just something super simple, you could absolutely do a bright color of glitter. You know, it doesn't have to be deep like this. Just because we had those letters that already don't have innards, I don't know how to say those, the innards of the letters. It seemed easier to me to do a black, but you do you, guys. Okay. So now I'm going to take this I literally don't know the best way to do this. I have no idea. Put it on here however you think is best. That sounds sketch to me. That seems real sketch. I'm not going to stick it just in case. Oh, she's cute. Okay, now you can stick it. Which sticking it in this regard is just, you know, we don't have a ton of adhesive on there. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, now we're going to stick him down. Just some double-sided adhesive here. That should be good. Okay, Now this is Becca's trick. I'm not taking any credit for this trick. Just plop it in the center. Okay? And all you have to do is make sure that the top and the bottom are lined up, meaning like there's an even amount of space. Then you just close the card. That's it. Thanks, Becca, for teaching me that. Now, look how stinking cute. So that you open it up, you got your nice pretty liner. I see a little bit of black there, which I bet I could trim off with some little nippers. Yeah, I could trim that off with some little nippers. But you got your glitter. Are you all seeing the glitter? Do we see it? Too funny, Rach. I do carving ideas in my head to fall asleep sometimes. Carving ideas. Oh yes, yes. See, sometimes you just have to, you know, clean a room or think of carvings. Courtney used to always sand walls. That's what she would tell me. She'd be like, picture like this wall, this wooden wall, okay, and it's got just a bunch of wood knots and bumps in it, and you carve it. You carve, not carve, you sand that wall. And I'm like, are we doing like hand sanding here? And she's like, no, 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 it's sander. We have a sander. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Hysterical. All these years with the Cricut, I've never made a card ever. I think you inspired me to make my mama a card. Teresa, you haven't made a card? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Cards are so easy. I actually used to hate cards. Becky, you can switch it to me whenever you want to. I used to hate cards because I'm not a delicate person, and the cards that I would make seemed to always need to be made with really delicate hands, and there was like little tiny pieces of this or that, and it just wasn't working for me. Now, one thing I will say, if the middles of the letters are bothering you, if those bug you, you can get a dollop of hot glue, some reverse tweezers, pop it on here in the center of that. Now, in person, it's actually really neat because we use that mounting tape, there's a little bit of depth inside of our card, so it's not like one dimensional when you see it. It's very like 3D looking, where the sparkles are like coming out from underneath the letters. It's really cool. It's a really cool look. That'd be cute with silver sparkles, silver glitter. Like I said, I wanted to do yellow at first, but I really don't think that it would have been a big enough contrast with the pink. I make Cricut cards all the time, usually something from Design Space. I haven't purchased a card in over 2 years. Ray, I love to hear that. I purchased cards today. I know what you're thinking. Aren't you a crafter full time? And yeah, but sometimes the good old $3.98 Hallmark cards just what the doctor ordered. So I bought 4 of them today. Anywho, that's what happens. Today was a super quick live. I hope you guys are okay with that. We'll stay and chat for a few minutes, but the cute little card is done. I wanted this to be a super quick card, but I didn't just want to stack paper together. I wanted to show you guys a technique that you could use, especially if you don't have glitter paper, because sometimes the glitter paper either doesn't cut well with the Cricut or it's very expensive. And I don't know about you guys, but we probably have 50 bottles of glitter. I think we actually got rid of a lot when we moved here, our glitter.
Yeah.
But we didn't throw it away. We gave it away. Don't worry. People are using the glitter. But we have so much glitter, and this is another way that you can kind of use it. But I mean, you can smack this card, you can blow on it, you can do whatever. The best hack with that is to use a clear acrylic. Just don't use matte, because that'll kind of take a little bit of the finish out of your glittery glitter. This is high gloss, which is what you want to use, high gloss or gloss. Satin is okay. It'll dull your glitter a little bit, but honestly, it's worth it not to have glitter flying around everywhere. And to be honest, you can pay top dollar for a Hallmark card and the glitter still fall off of that thing, so I don't even know. Yeah, I used to hate making cards, and then I decided to just make the cards that I knew my rough hands and limited patience could handle. But yeah, make your mom a Mother's Day card. Do that. They would love that, I'm sure. My sweet niece is here, Juliet. I was going to show her to you, but she's actually super content upstairs with Anna. So I'm not gonna drag her down here and bother her. I won't. She's adorable. So we're keeping her today. Her and Charlie are having a ball. Charlie's taking a nap, but she calls Charlie my boy. She calls Charlie my boy all the time. So, you know, Sarah said, my sister said, "Where are you going today, Juliet?" She said, "Going to see my boy." It's precious. Which their age gap is 7 months, Juliet and Charlie. And my age gap with Joseph is 4 months, and I call him boy to this day. Because Joseph was very hard to say, very hard to say when we were little, so I always called him boy. And it's just funny that that's what Juliet's choosing to call Charlie. She's like, "That's my boy. Precious, precious." Nothing beats watching these babies grow up for sure. But thank you all so much. I hope that you enjoyed this live. It was a bit quicker. I hope you're okay with that. Thanks for allowing it to be at noon. I hope through the summer we're able to kind of fluctuate our times to get more different great people on here to check out the lives. We appreciate your all's cooperation and excitement in all of the projects and things that we are creating for you in these lives. Stay tuned. Tuesday is going to be a really cute. Are you still doing that one, that cute little graduation one? It's so stinking cute. You're going to love it. So that'll be Becca. You'll see Becca on Thursday. I'm sure between 10 and 12, somewhere around there. But yeah, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That's a great free way to support what we do. Liking, commenting, all the things really helps us out. But the number one way to support what we do, keep these lights on for us, is purchasing our membership. And through Mother's Day, we're going to give you a little bit of a discount. 20 off, 20OFF is the coupon code you can use to get 20 bucks off your first year with us. Go to oakandlamb.com, see all the amazing perks that we have for you, and we can't wait to welcome you as a member of the flock when you join. I love you all. Have a fantastic day.